Hello there, and welcome to Command Block Central, a fascinating series of invention, struggles, and commands. What would happen if you blended command blocks with your own survival world? Is that even a thing? Is it something cool that we can experiment with? Absolutely. Take for example this awesome build behind me here. It's very beautiful, but you know what the problem is with most command worlds? I'll give you a second to think about it. From my personal experience, it may be the same thing with redstone worlds. You have fantastic contraptions, beautiful inventions, but what about the world around it? It's just left to be an open desert. A blank world, a flat world, full of your creations. By the way, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's pretty cool, especially when you see everything lined out. But I think command worlds and redstone worlds could be so much more. So this episode then is the start of just that. Let's actually make a world that we can live in, as well as to experiment and have fun in. For example, this is my sand desert biome base. Yeah, it's not really a good name. Can't come up with a name for it, but I'm going to teach you some basics on how to really start a command world in a proper way, in a way that you can be proud of. Are you not familiar with commands? No worries. Maybe you're a little bit advanced with commands? Absolutely. Welcome aboard. We're going to do a mixture of both things as these episodes progress. But today, we're starting with just the basics. I'd venture to say that there's a few things that every command block world needs. And the very first one is a command block. If you've guessed that, well, bonus points to you. Command blocks are one of the most important things of a command world. You can enter it all into chat. For example, you could just type in any particular command. You can all see that they come on the sides there. Fill out the command and you're good to go. But wouldn't it be easier just to automate it through command blocks themselves? The second most important item I would say a command block world should have is structure blocks. Structure blocks are so important when it comes to building and maintaining different buildings, especially if you want to use them over and over again. The third item is a little bit niche, but it's an NPC spawn egg. Now, some people like adventure maps, and these guys are super handy for that. Structure voids are along the line of a structure block. They're useful in certain respects, but mostly to clear up empty space. And the last item would be barrier block. Now, these items themselves are not fully comprehensive, right? So we can have so many different items. These are just kind of basics that I think that every command block world has, or rather would need. You also need a way to put yourself in creative mode, as well as to survival mode. Starting off with probably the most useful command that you can ever have. It's a give command. So if you do /give, so you can do yourself, closest player, you can give them an item of any different kind, right? It's pretty simple, but the most basic thing. The reason why we use @p is because it actually gives the command block to the closest player. If you were to use @s here, nothing would happen because you can't give a command block to a command block. Good to know. And really, that give command is the same thing that we use for every one of these. For example, for the structure block, give @player structure block. So it's at the closest player, give them a structure block. The NPC egg is a little bit weird. We give at the closest player spawn egg 151. Now this is important because when we're looking at this command, all this is saying is that the spawn egg we're just giving one of is data value 51. There's several different eggs inside the game. Spawn egg is not one that we can really get inside the creative menu, right? So if we're looking through our spawn eggs, so we can see we got all sorts of different animals, turtles, we even got creeper, zombie, piglin. There is no NPC. So if shulker is number 50 per 10, then 51 is NPC, right? So that's why we have the 51 there. Kind of a hidden Easter egg if you didn't know. Structure void is just as it sounds. And so is barrier. So with just the give command, you open up a world of possibilities within your creative world and your command block settings. So definitely make use of it, especially if you want to save some time in the creative inventory or get some unique items that you can get only through commands. But what if you don't want to stay in creative mode? What if you would rather play in survival? I'd probably say this is more than likely one of the most second common, probably the second or third common command that you'll use within a command block world. And all it is a game mode command, right? So / game mode S at P. So what this is saying is we're going to switch to game mode. S is short for survival to the newest or nearest player rather, right? So if I were standing here and I just wanted to switch myself into survival or creative, I could go into my chat and I can go / game mode. There we go. We see we have several different options, right? So we got adventure or A. You see it on the left side of the screen there. C is for creative. D is for default, so whatever your world is set to. Or spectator, right? Or survival. So even though spectator also starts with an S, I think you still have to type that whole thing out. But if I just wanted to go to game mode S, I literally could just press enter. And ta-da! I'm now set to survival. The same would be true if I wanted to go to creative, right? So you can see / game mode C at the closest player, which in that case would be me. As a final command for this episode, it's actually this top button up here. Let's say, for example, we got a full inventory. Yep, we just removed all 4 of those items. Pretty helpful. All it is clear command. / clear at the closest player. Let's say I were to spam click all these buttons here. Really nice, but I want to build something over here and this is all clogging my inventory. It's nice to have a trash can just to get rid of it, right? So we just press our button and good to go. So what's the point really? What's the point in having buttons where we can press our commands in, set them in a designated spot to operate? Well, I tell you what, it makes life so much easier. Rather than having to type the same command over and over and over again in chat like we were doing, which could get a little bit tedious by the way, look at my face, I'm getting red. I have to type so much of this in. Nah, we don't want to have to type all that in. So having a station like this with already built-in commands, predetermined just for you, I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly like this, but you can give yourself your favorite item. Say you want 64 diamond blocks, do it. If you want to be able to put yourself in spectator mode or another player or all players within creative mode or survival mode, you can absolutely do it. The world is your world and it has no limits. Decorate it how you want. And by all means, remember to have fun, right? So it's your creative world, but personally, I like to view it as an art palette, right? So it could be just one little contraption here, one little contraption here, and you get the point. But what if the whole world was like a survival world and it was built on a theme? It had roads, it had buildings, it had meaning and structure, right? Well, this is the idea that I'm actually challenging to command block worlds, redstone worlds. Let's make something pretty. Why does it have to be dull? Don't be afraid to let your creativity shine. Experiment, be you, and have fun. And until next time, this has been Ivyman1992, and thank you for watching Command Block Central.